How's it going, everyone? Paul with Adaptable Survival. I'm just out here scouting out a new wildlife area close to the school, and what I wanted to do a review on was the Pathfinder Scout Pack. Stick with me as we dive into it. So firstly, let's dive into some of the specs and outer features. The pack itself is going to be about a 30 to 35 liter pack made out of 1000 denier nylon. So typical of most military packs out there. Be really rugged material. It's going to hold up over time. You're really going to have to put some hard use on this to really get it to start to break down. On the front here, this is a prototype model, so it isn't the actual model that is sold from SRO. So there's going to be some changes, not very many, especially nothing functional wise. It's all just minor details that are changed. Like on the production model, there is a roll of MOLLE that goes across the front here just to hold these in place so they're not flopping around on you. But as you can see, I can cinch that down nice and tight. You got a patch for hook and loop for morale patches, anything like that. You can attach those up top here. You have the pocket on the bottom, which we'll touch on in a bit. On both sides, you have what do you got? 4 rows of MOLLE on each side. So if you wanted to attach some sort of pouch there, you can. The water bottle sleeves on the side are nice and deep. I have a grail on this side, and I have the titanium water bottle on the other side. This is actually this grail is actually in the new Pathfinder cup. I believe it's a 48-ounce cup that will work with the grail perfectly, and that fits in here nice and snug with how I have this loaded out. On the back side here, you do have a zipper compartment on the top, and all I have in there is just like my drink kit, which has like my spoon, my mini stove, my titanium stove, different mixes like coffee, tea, and some hand wipes. So you got that in there. You pull it out, so that's a far pull out, and you could fit a good amount of stuff in there. It's not overly big, so you can't really overpack it, but I usually just keep something nice and simple like this up top in here. Then you have your shoulder straps. These aren't adjustable up and down, but you will get plenty of adjustment with sternum strapped, that sort of stuff. And you can adjust the lid, so if you have this thing really packed out, you can adjust this to come up farther and then cinch that down to keep everything nice and tight. On the back side here, you have 2 raised foam padding on the back. This is going to give you some nice ventilation, nice padded lumbar pad here as well, and a belt. The belt doesn't come off. That's kind of one con for myself, since typically I wouldn't have this loaded out too heavy, but I can still get this to work pretty well for me, even though I can't take the belt off. On the bottom, you do have some rows of MOLLE. This pack does come with some bedroll straps. I don't have those right now, just because I wasn't planning on attaching anything to the bottom. And as you've seen in the opening, there is a rain cover, and it just stores in this pocket on the bottom. And you can take that out, nice and bright and orange. So if you were, lost out somewhere or just needed some protection from the rain, you can easily access that. So what I wanted to highlight on its own is this front pocket here. You have some more hook and loops, so you can put patches on there if you want. As this pocket is configured now, all I have is my lid for my cup, and then I do have a silky pocket boy in there, and that's about all I have in there right now. So other than the belt and not being able to remove that, My only other gripe with the pack is this front pocket. I just wish it was a tad bit wider, maybe about a ½ inch on each side, just so it's a little bit easier to store stuff in there. But as is, you can store some real simple items in there, nothing too complicated. The benefit of that is it kind of keeps you in check from overstuffing some of your pockets. So what I wanted to do, other than just kind of give my opinions on the pack, and I wanted to show you what I actually have all in this one, because as you can see, I have this thing stuffed to the gills. I don't have a whole lot of extra room up top to put anything else in here, so I actually have this loaded out for this weekend's class, the Intro to Survival, and the next week's class, the Basic Survival class. So I just wanted to run through, kind of show you how much you can actually store in here. You have a Velcro closure up top, and you can roll this down. So I just have my power bank kit, my bleed out kit, or my stop the bleed kit, however you want to kind of look at that. I have my Tough Possums Possibles pouch, and I believe I've went over this. If not, I will get a video out on here so you can kind of see what I like to carry in this Possibles kit. In this gray Tough Possums pouch, I just have an emergency shelter kit, which I did do a video on. I'll throw that in either a tile on the screen or in the description box below. I have my Right in the Rain notebook, so I just keep all of my notes in here, some different stuff I'll need for the class, stuff for navigation, all sorts of stuff packed inside there. Canister of fuel. And then I actually do have my hammock system set up in here right now. So I have been using this Grand Trunk, can't remember the exact name of it, but they're double hammock for, I don't know, going on 4 years. I've been really happy with it. I don't know, I couldn't even tell you how many nights I've spent in that. And then I have my Wise Owl Talon straps, and I bought these about the same time I bought that hammock. And I'll go over more of a video on this, but you can see that the tags are starting to come off because I've used them so much, but the straps themselves are in perfect working condition. This is a War Bonnet Superfly. This has been my go-to hammock tarp for as long as I've been running a hammock system. What I have in this bag is a Hill People Gear Mountain Serape. So this is real similar to the Helicon's Tech Swagman roll, which I will do a video talking about both of these and my opinion on them. This stuff sack doesn't come with the Mountain Serape. The guy that I bought this from actually handmade this stuff sack with how he was using it, so he threw it in as part of the deal. And then I just have my Helicon Tech's Swagman roll. So how I was using the Mountain Serape and the Swagman roll, since you can use the Swagman roll as an underquilt, last night actually ran it under my hammock and then use my Mountain Serape as essentially my top quilt. And in this pouch, this is just a Magpul DACA pouch. I have all of my navigation stuff in there, a waypoint marker, a map, pay speeds, compass, and a notebook to take notes of stuff on the trail. So I did mention that this is a prototype model. This isn't actually the production model that you would get if you bought it from Self-Reliance Outfitters when they are in stock, which I will touch on in the wrap-up. But you do have your little loop so you can hang a hydration bladder, and you can run that bladder down in this back pocket. So the other change that this prototype has from the production model is they switched out the frame sheet, put more of a foam frame sheet versus this hard plastic, just because that little bit of an edge on the corner of this frame sheet, it's not really sharp, but over time it will rub through this material. So I know they did switch that out just to kind of avoid that issue happening on people's packs. Other than that, it's just a big bucket pack. Put all your stuff in, organize it by pouches or however you want to organize it, stuff it in there, and hit the trail. So just my final take on the Pathfinder Scout Pack. I've been using this pack for about the last 6 months, maybe a little bit longer than that. Like I said, this is a prototype model, so I actually got this a couple months before the production models came out. So I found it in my rotation when I was teaching classes, when I was out on my own, stuff like that. So I got plenty of miles on here. I would say at least 20 to 30 miles. I don't know exactly, but for me, that's the sweet spot where I know if a pack is actually going to work for me or not. So once I hit 20 to 30 miles, I know for sure, hey, this pack's going to work, or hey, this pack is not quite it. I'm going to get rid of it, find something else. Overall, I do really like the Pathfinder Scout Pack. A few minor tweaks that I would like just to kind of better suit my personal needs. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to fill your personal needs, but that front pocket, if it was a tad bit wider, it'd be a little bit easier to store some stuff in there. But the upside of with the size it is now, keeps you in check from overstuffing that and putting a lot of junk in there you may or may not need. The lid pocket, when you do pack this completely full, it can get a little tight, but all you got to do really is just push down on it, and it'll create some space in there. And then if you could take the belt off, that would be a plus. Not a major deal, because as you can see with this loadout here, I would say probably in the 20 to 30 pound range, since the pack itself weighs about 3.5 pounds. That belt does come in handy when you're putting on miles, because then it's going to put more of that weight on your hips instead of your shoulders, and your shoulders aren't going to be dying at the end of the day. So do me a favor, comment down below if you've picked up one of these packs or interested in one of these. I was talking to Dave, and this summer we should be getting another shipment of these in, so keep an eye on that on my page and on the Self-Reliance Outfitters page. That'll definitely let you know when those come out. But let me know what kind of packs you use, if you use this pack, if you enjoy it, what kind of pros, cons you do for yourself to kind of fit your needs, what you would want to see. Like I've always said with any of my reviews, I don't care if you buy it. If you buy another pack, buy the gear that works for you. I'm only doing these videos to give you an honest opinion about the gear that is out there, so you can make an educated decision on the gear that you're picking up to make the most of your time outdoors. These damn flies here drive me nuts. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure to hit that notification bell. That helps circulate the video, which will bring more people into our community, growing our knowledge base and allowing us to learn together as well as grow together. As always, this has been Paul with Adaptable Survival. Adapt your mind, your body, and your gear.